Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I'm your host, Ryan Gilbert, joined as always with my co-host, Joel Meyer. How are we doing tonight, Joel?
I'm doing all right. It's the weekend, ready for that. It's gonna be a war. In fact, the war's already started because it's a big, decisive day for college football win totals. I still have 25 pending, haven't been determined yet. It's approximately 110 units on the line. So yeah, it's going to be a major swing. I think that I'll come out ahead in that market, but we'll see. I really need Colorado to lose tonight. That was one of the bigger ones. And yeah, watching UTSA USF right now. Hopefully the Roadrunners pull it out as big favorites, but it's a close game, unfortunately. And yeah, I'm also, it's a fast day, so I can't even numb myself down with the numb down the nerves with alcohol. And so it's just the grapefruit juice for me. But hopefully we won't have to sweat too much.
Will those then finally pay out tomorrow after their game? Just tomorrow they won't?
No, next weekend.
Yeah, I mean, either way, though, hopefully you don't have to go for another loan for betting against the Sharks.
Yeah, well, once I get that money in the accounts, I'm gonna be firing away because I'm pretty broke after placing that Sabres to miss the playoffs bet.
Yeah. My day was all right. It started up pretty slow. I had the Leafs; they were down 2-0. I was like, they're banned from betting them. But they came back, big third period comeback there, and over there in Sweden with Willem Nylander. Three more points. Maybe he should be in the fucking Hart conversation. I mean, he's just been insane. So I was able to hit the Leafs there. Jets right now up 3-2. I got him on the cuck line, so hopefully they can pull away a little bit. We'll see there. But we got a big slate on Saturday here, as we typically normally do. I think we got a 13 game slate, so we'll get right into that. Before we do that, make sure you are subscribed to the Hockey Island Podcast on YouTube. We're live there right now. Shout out everyone watching there. Also on Apple and Spotify. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. Make sure you turn on auto downloads to get the episodes in your feed as soon as they are published. That really helps. The earlier you listen, the better lines you can usually get. So that's always a good thing to do. Another good thing to do is get in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord in there. But it was a slower night in there. I think we're building up for the big weekend of hockey here with the I think it's 11 a.m. game tomorrow Eastern over there in Sweden. So we'll hockey all day long. Follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN as well. The SMAP has been doing a fantastic job there with the content, keeping it rolling. So, yeah, we'll keep it rolling here. Let's get right into it, Joel. You ready to get into this 13-game slate for Saturday, November 18th?
Yes, sir.
All right, kicking things off over in Sweden with the Minnesota Wild versus the Ottawa Senators. Close to a pick 'em here. Sens are minus 105. Wild are minus 115. Over under is at 6.5. Over paying off minus 122. Under is at plus 102. I kind of view this game similar to today's game against between the Red Wings and the Leafs. The Red Wings had a game over in Sweden already, so they have their legs about them a little bit. But now also Ottawa has a day off. Ottawa knows they can't take it easy. I mean, they went up 4-0 on Detroit, and Detroit came back and tied it. So this is about where I don't quite understand this line. Minnesota's lost 3 in a row coming into this, lost 7 of their past 8 as well, or 8 of their past 9, 7 of their past 9. And Ottawa's been playing better hockey. I mean, they started off really, really slow, but won 3 of their past 4. Only loss was a back-to-back to Vancouver, so you can't really blame them too much there. So yeah, I love Ottawa here, minus 105. Maybe look at a puck line if you want. It's got to be plus 215, plus 220, more than that. And then the over as well. Over 6.5, minus 122. There's just been 2 complete over teams so far this season, so it's kind of shocking to see it at only 6.5. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 7.
Yeah, this line makes a bit of sense to me. I do have the Wild favored myself at minus 106, but I'm done with these European games. I haven't bet one yet, and I don't plan to. And you know what? There's another one on Sunday. It starts fucking 5 a.m. PST. So it's total disrespect. Never seen an NHL game start at 5 a.m. my time. I don't know what's going on in Sweden. They can't play a little later in the day, but it sucks. I can't even watch that game. The Wild Leafs game, which should be a good one. It sure was the first one, very sloppy, but it was 5-3, some high scoring game, and I think that this would be a high scoring game. But yeah, it's in Europe. I think that just throws too much doubt in my mind, so I'm not touching it. But if you want, I would take the over as well. I think that the line is correctly priced for the sides, but I think that the total should be 7. But again, I'm not. It's a Swedish game, and I'm not touching it.
You might still be awake at 5 a.m. on Sunday. Who are you kidding?
Oh, well, it's a long day on Saturday. We're waking up for this one, so I don't think I'll make it all night long. It's not like the Aussie Open is on yet.
That's true. Yeah, nothing enough entertaining to keep you up throughout the night there. But right, going down to 1 o'clock time slot here. We got the Vegas Golden Knights at the Philadelphia Flyers. Game itself is in Philadelphia. Flyers are plus 136. Vegas is minus 162. Over under is set at 6. Both at minus 110. What do you got for this one, Joel?
I love the Flyers here. Early money's come in on them, but even at plus 136, I still like it. That's exactly my price. And the Knights, they're a good team, but I still think that they're a little bit fraudulent, just a touch. They're a great team, even, but this team is not the best in hockey, as the early odds suggest. So yeah, give me the Flyers here. They're playing good hockey. They're just not getting all the results that their play deserves. And yeah, the Knights are kind of the opposite. They're getting a few of the lucky wins go their way, a few of the coin tosses, and I think a few of those will go the other way going forward. So yeah, give me the Flyers here with the home dog price, and kind of lean to the under. The Flyers are playing very disciplined this year. We talked about how they were trying to do that last year. It didn't work out, and the goaltending was shit. But this year, it's looking a lot better defensively, and the goaltending has not been shit, at least when Carter Hart's in net. So he should be good to go for this one. So yeah, Flyers in the under for me.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk myself into the Flyers here. I did feel like plus 136 is kind of a low line. I know they opened up higher. So I'm not sure if you got a better number, but yeah, I think I have to lean the Flyers way here. Vegas, hasn't been too strong on the road. They are 5-2, but a few of those wins have been in overtime or shootout. One of their wins was in Montreal on Thursday night. That's come back. They won that one 6-5. They got shut out in Washington 3-0. So I think the Flyers here returning home. They've won 3 in a row after that debacle there in San Jose. Mark Stahl could be back for this one. Get a veteran defensive presence on the blue line. So yeah, I'll lean to the Flyers here at plus 136, but I do like that under 6 at minus 110. Not sure who's going to be starting for the Knights, but it should be Hart for the Flyers. I think he's possibly been confirmed even, and then hopefully it's Aiden Hill for Vegas. It's a back-to-back for both teams. Both teams play on Sunday. Flyers have Blue Jackets though on Sunday, so I imagine Hart will start tomorrow. And Hill's a Vezina Trophy candidate. We talked about it last night. So yeah, love the under 6 here at minus 110. All right, going down to 2 o'clock now. I got a bunch of afternoon games with the Chicago Blackhawks at the Nashville Predators. Game itself is in Smashville. Predators are minus 200. Blackhawks are plus 165. Over under is set at 6. Over paying off minus 125. Under is at plus 105. These are two teams that are early going. I can't quite get too much of a grasp on. Both have 5 wins, 5-9 for the Blackhawks, 5-10 for Nashville. But you look more and more at Chicago, and you wonder how long Bedard can keep them somewhat competitive or even exciting to watch. Because they've dropped below the Sharks in expected goals 4%, and Nashville is in the top 10. They're the 9th best at 53.06%. But Saros just has not been getting the job done. On the other side, Peter Mrazek has, Soderblom have. So it's a tough game to read here. I don't have any bets on it as of now. I think, if anything, I would lean to the Blackhawks here, plus 164. Nashville has lost 4 in a row, including to the Coyotes, the Ducks, the Flames. Not two great teams here. So good to see Chicago going in there and getting a sneaky win here as road dogs.
I love the Preds here in this one. They're the more desperate team. They're the much better team. You mentioned the stats. I was going to say the same thing, that the Blackhawks have somehow played worse than the Sharks over the balance of the season. I didn't think that was possible, but it's turning out that way. They're just being carried, like you said, by Connor Bedard. It seems like he's got half their goals because they don't score a lot. I saw Lucas Reichel got his first of the season the other day or yesterday against the Lightning, I think. Yeah, the Blackhawks, they're just a pitiful offense being carried by an 18-year-old. So I don't think that's the team you want to back here against the Predators, who are very hungry. They had a few days off now, and Saros can't be playing this bad forever. So yeah, I love the Preds here. Yeah, anything minus 200 or better. Interestingly, we'll see if Taylor Hall misses this game too. He's questionable. That's a big deal because he's probably their second best player. Yeah, when you remove him from the lineup, their depth gets even thinner. So yeah, that's something to monitor as well. Ryan McDonough, I saw, is also injured, so that's a concern for the Preds too. He's one of their better defenders, along with Yossi, of course. Something else to monitor. Give me the Preds though in regulation. Lean to the under just because the Blackhawks can't really score. So yeah, just Predators regulation, I guess, if you want to get the juice down.
All right, going down to 4:00 here. We have the Edmonton Oilers at the Tampa Bay Lightning. Game itself is in Tampa. Oilers are minus 118. Lightning are minus 102. Over-under is at 7. Over paying off plus 105. Under is at minus 125. What do you got for this one here?
Oh, this one is going to be fun. There's going to be goals in this one, let me tell you. We know the potency of the Oilers offense. They're finally figuring out. McDavid looks a lot better the past couple of games, especially the last one. He's got the burst back, and he's had a few days off now, so he presumably should be a little bit better still. And of course, their power play is starting to get better. I saw the stat the other day. Zach Hyman leads the league in expected goals individually, which is ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of actual goals too, so it's not just fancy stuff. He's been their best player by far over the course of the season. So that's something to pay attention to for you prop players. So the Oilers and the actually I don't like a side here, but definitely the over with both power plays being elite and both defenses being leaky, especially the Lightning. And goaltending always an issue for both teams this year. So I love the over. If I had to play a side, I guess I would go with the Oilers here. I know Lightning are much better at home than they are on the road, but still, the Oilers are rolling right now. I don't want to get in the way of that, but probably just playing the over for me.
Yeah, over's a great look. Even if it is at 7, you are getting plus odds on the over. And these are two teams that definitely can score, and they can't defend very well. You know, Edmonton's done a better job in the past 3 games, but Tampa has what it takes to score on them. But I do like Edmonton here. The line has moved a bit. I got them closer to even money, but I still think at minus 120, you got Knobloch in there. They're undefeated under them with a new coach bump. Edmonton has looked a lot better. Connor McDavid in particular. I saw a stat that he was like setting up so many chances and like no one was converting them. So maybe we'll finally get some puck luck there against Jonas Johansson or
give it to Hyman.
Yeah, exactly. Just pass it to Hyman. He'll get expected goals and real goals there. So yeah, I like the Oilers in this one. I have bet them, and yeah, I'll take the over with you as well. Over 7 at plus 105. These are two of the worst defensive teams in the league, so could see a shootout here. Could see an alt over game, alt over 8.5, maybe see like a 5-4 game.
Power play props too.
Yep, indeed. All right, we are brought to you by Bet365. Bet365 is the world's favorite sportsbook, trusted by over 88 million players worldwide. Props, sides, totals, live betting. Bet365 has you covered. And if you like boosts, you're going to love Bet365, like a 30% profit boost on your same game parlay. Plus, they even have an early payout offer if your team goes up 3 goals. Sign up today and choose from 2 bonus offers, either a $1,000 no sweat bet or bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets. Just head to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bet365. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bet365 or use the sign up link in our show bio. Problem gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And we're brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, who has a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. No matter the sport, simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. So watch along, make your picks, and maybe make a little cash over on Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. And when you sign up promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit of up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. Right here, going down to the night slate here. We got Montreal at Boston here at the 7 o'clock time slot. Game itself is in Boston at the Gardens. Bruins, huge home favorites, minus 278. Bruins on the puck line are minus 108. Canadians are plus 225. Over-under is at 6. Overpaying off minus 115. The under is at minus 105. What do you got for this revenge battle here?
Yeah, we just saw this game last week. A very hotly contested affair, very physical, which the Canadians eked out in overtime. I mean, that's what they do. If the game's going overtime, the Habs are probably going to win because Cole Caulfield is so good on 3-on-3. Same with Nick Suzuki. These kids know what to do when they're in space like that. But as for the full game, I think you got to take the more professional team with all this rest that they've had lately, and they'll be feeling vengeful against the Habs who beat them last week. So well, I love this game. The rivalry, hotly contested affair, like I said. But the Bruins, I think, will get the better of the Habs here. But I'm not laying minus 278 or whatever it is now. Just give me the Bruins on the. I got to see if the regulation is worth it, or just do the puck line. Yeah, minus 185 in regulation. Just do the puck line minus 108. I think that's the safer play, considering you pay a lot less. So yeah, Bruins at home, get the job done. They'll have revenge in their minds, and they're the most consistent team in the league. So quite like them, and it kind of correlated with the under 6 at minus 05 there. That's the Bruins just shut teams down. They go up a goal, they go up 2 goals, and then they shut the other team down, and they're lucky to score 1 or 2 maybe. And so Bruins in the under.
Yeah, I think the under here is a good look. Under 6 at minus 105. Might be able to find a 6.5 out there if you want to avoid the push on like a potential 4-2 game. But no, I can't get behind the Bruins here, even on the puck line at minus 108. They played too many close games, and so do the Habs. So I think if I had to take a side, it would be the Canadians on the puck line minus 112. See if they can keep it close again, maybe even force overtime. A 2-2 correct score in regulation may not be out of the question. There's been 3 2-2 games in the Bruins' past 7 games, and 2 in the past 5 Canadians games, so including last week in Montreal with these 2 same teams. So love the under 6 at minus 105, and maybe take a look at the Canadians or Boston to win by 1, if exactly 1, if that's up your alley. But yeah, I think the under is the best look here. Going down to 7 o'clock again here. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins at the Carolina Hurricanes. Game itself is in Carolina. Hurricanes are minus 166. Penguins are plus 140. Over-under is at 6.5. Both the over and under are paying off minus 110. I know I've been shit-talking the Penguins. I know they just lost to the Devils here, but this just feels like a game that the Penguins can win, especially with the odds being this high here, them at plus 140. Carolina has not been the same Carolina team recently. Just saw the Flyers went into Carolina as plus 200 underdogs and 1-3-1. Carolina's last win beat Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay isn't really themselves. They lost to Florida, beat Buffalo and Islanders in overtime. So Carolina just has kind of been trudging along a little bit, not necessarily being their normal dominant selves that we see at times. So I'm going to go with the Penguins here. Penguins at plus 140. I think there is some value on that play, but even better, I like the under 6.5 at minus 110. These teams tend to play lower scoring games, in general, especially Carolina. 3 of their past 4 games have gone under, as well as 8 of their past 10. So they're just an under team here, especially at home, where they can kind of control play and get the matchups they like. So the under 6.5 would be the better play, and then a smaller play on the Penguins.
I agree with you on both, but for me, it's the opposite. The bigger play for me would be on the Penguins money line, plus 140. That's some solid value. I've got the Hurricanes only at minus 129, and yeah, they've struggled to start the year. They don't have the same kind of professionalism structure. They're not winning games comfortably like they used to. They're nothing's coming easy. They're just flinging pucks to the net, and most of them getting blocked. And Penguins, meanwhile, they're kind of the same kind of thing, but they're creating better chances. I think they're one of the top teams in the league in terms of the expected offense, and the goals are starting to go in too with that 4 or 5 game winning streak before losing to the Devils. So I like the Penguins here to pull off the win. I guess I'll lean to the under, but Yeah, I think the total is actually more correlated to with the Penguins and the over because they're likely to win a higher scoring game. Eric Carlson started to get going too. I think he's on a 90-point pace again. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I like the Penguins here. Oh yeah, the Hurricanes penalty kill is not as formidable as it once was, and then the Penguins power play is pretty legit. So another reason to back the Pens here.
Yeah. All right, going down to 7 o'clock again here. We have the New York Rangers at the New Jersey Devils. Game itself is in Newark. We got a good old fashioned pick 'em here. Over under set at 6.5. Over paying off plus 100. Under is at minus 120. What do you got for this rivalry game here?
Yeah, this is one I'm looking forward to a lot, especially if Jack Hughes returns to the lineup. He was skating today, I believe, and it's going to be a game time decision. So that's why we've seen a bit of Devils money, but we'll see where this line goes because it's a very impactful player. So he's going to determine where the line goes. So if you think he's going to play, then you bet the Devils now. If you think he's not going to play, then you're waiting for the better price on the Rangers if that's the side you like. It's pretty commonsensical. But yeah, for myself, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. The Rangers have had a lot of time off. I don't like that for them because they're running hot, and sometimes if you have the hot streak, then you have like 6 days off without playing a game, then you can kind of cool down. And the Devils, meanwhile, they're playing a little better lately. I know they lost 3 in a row, but they were very impressive in their game against the Penguins, and I think that they keep it rolling here against their rivals. But right now, I can't bet it, but right now I would lean to the Devils at minus 110, just figuring Jack Hughes is going to play this one. But that also leads me to the over 6.5 at even money. I don't know if Shesterkin's going to be back yet, but that's not a guarantee. And still missing their best defenseman, Adam Fox. So I think we could see some goals in this game with the Rangers power play being good, Devils power play being good, Heischer being out, and the fact that it's just a Devils game, and then they all go over. It's like 7 goals in every friggin' Devils game, seemingly. So yeah, I like the over best of all in this one.
Yeah, I think the over may be the better play for the total there, but I do like the Devils here. Devils at home in a pick 'em. It's a rivalry game. I feel like they have somewhat of an edge playing at home, and also the Rangers are due for some poor regression there. Their expected goals for is in the bottom half of the league. Devils are in the top 10 at 7th. So Devils even played well enough without Hughes. Getting Hughes back, I feel like they'll just be another jolt. It's not going to be something where Hughes comes in and they're playing a bad team and they're going to have a letdown. They're going to be up for this Rangers game. I think Hughes coming back is only going to help that. And yeah, Shesterkin, he hasn't been himself this season. He is questionable with, I think, an illness or some sort of injury. Jonathan Quick's been a solid backup for them though. So but yeah, I feel like the Rangers are due for some definite regression. A lot of their recent wins have either been, close comeback wins, like against Columbus, a few overtime wins in there, a few games they maybe shouldn't have won. So going to New Jersey, they got the big win against the Penguins in Pittsburgh to finish off the 2-game little road swing there. Now they come back home for a rivalry game. I think they'll be juiced up to get this one done at minus 110. All right, going down to 7 o'clock again here. We have the New York Islanders at the Calgary Flames. Game itself is in Calgary. Flames are minus 148. Islanders are plus 124. Over under is set at 6. Over is paying off minus 102. Under is at minus 118. I absolutely love the Flames in this game. I know we were talking about fading them last show, about taking them to miss the playoffs, but the Islanders have just been absolutely horrific. They've lost, like 7 in a row now after a shootout loss in Seattle. Did force overtime in their last 2 games in Vancouver and Seattle, but yeah, 7 losses in a row for them. Their wins before that were against the Blue Jackets and the Capitals, so not beating even decent teams. And Calgary now back-to-back wins over Montreal, and then a pretty good win over Vancouver there on Thursday night at home. So maybe we see them get something going here, especially with Markstrom, if he can turn things around, get back to his normal self. So yeah, all over Calgary here, minus 148. Think you can probably find a better line as of now, as low as minus 140. And then I also took the over 1.5 in the first period. Shout out Archer there. The Flames are a good high-scoring team in the first period. And, the Islanders are giving up more goals than you expect this season. So I like the Flames here, and I like the first period over.
Yes, I also like the Flames. The Islanders are what are they lost 4 or 5 in a row. And they're not playing good hockey. They were the worst team, the lesser team against the Kraken. They were kind of equal with the Canucks, but they couldn't kill it with their penalties. I think they're 31st in the league in terms of their penalty kill percentage, and then the Flames still have a decent power play. So yeah, the I like the Flames here as well. They were the better team against the Canucks in their last one after coming home from that Eastern Canada road trip. And yeah, it's just a good spot for the Flames. The Islanders are a desperate team. Maybe that comes into it. They give their best, but they're they've been desperate for a few games now, so it's not seeming to matter too much. So I think the Flames should win this one, and yeah, I think that -140 is not a bad price to back them to do so. So yeah, give me the Flames, but I lean to the under still. I know we've been shitting on Sorokin for his poor play so far, but he still got it in him to have a good game, and the Islanders have trouble scoring at the best of times. I know the last game went over, but that was a back-to-back for both teams. One team coming from Vancouver, the other team coming from Calgary, playing in Seattle the next night. No, that's not exactly the recipe for good, solid defensive hockey. So yeah, give me the. I don't know how to say give me. I lean to the under. I haven't bet it myself, so I can't say that, but I have bet the Flames. So give me the Flames money line and lean to the under.
Yeah, speaking of totals, I don't mind the Flames team total over 3.5 at plus odds. The Islanders have allowed 4 or more goals in all 7 games on the 7-game losing streak. So when they lose, they tend to give up more than 4 goals. They only have 1 loss this season where they allowed 3. So that could be a way to get the price down on the Flames, but also you could just screw yourself like I did with the Coyotes the other night when they won 3-2. Speaking of those Coyotes, going down to 7:00 again here, we have the Coyotes at the Jets. Game itself is in Winnipeg. Jets are -185. Coyotes are plus 154. Over under is at 6.5. Over paying off -105. Under is at -115. What do you got for this kind of a franchise revenge game here?
Indeed, it is. Both teams are dealing with a couple injuries. Rasmus Kupari is still out. Gabe Vilardi still out, and the Coyotes, meanwhile, they lost Michelli, I think, on Thursday. He's questionable. Barrett Hayton,
I think he's out. Hayden, yeah.
Yeah, so they got a few guys missing as well. So it's a hospital game here between the Coyotes and the Jets. But the Jets are playing today, and then they're in a bit of a war themselves against the Sabres. Game just went final 3-2 for the Jets, I think. Cocked again. So yeah, that's not a good spot for the Jets, even though they're still at home, but they'll have Laurent Brossoit in net, who is a definite downgrade from Connor Hellebuyck, who's playing a bit better lately. And yeah, so give me the Coyotes, who are rolling here. Won what is it, 2 of the 3 road games, 3 of the 4, something like that. They're rolling. That's the point. They're in a playoff spot currently. So yeah, I think that what's the price? You're plus 145. What's
154?
Oh, hell yeah. Love the Coyotes here. That's a better number than I got even. So yeah, plus 154 is a great price for the Desert Dogs up there in the frigid cold north of Winnipeg.
Yeah,
and the over too. It's a Coyotes game, and they're all going over. It's a miracle that one against the Blue Jackets didn't go over with how many shots the Blue Jackets got on net, and the Coyotes as well. Just some stellar goaltending there from Connor Ingram and Merzlikins. And we got Brossoit net on the other side. So, yeah, I like the over as well.
Yeah, I like the Oats here, plus 154. I think that's, a bit disrespectful here, especially with Winnipeg on a back-to-back after a big battle against Buffalo here tonight. And yeah, Arizona's been alternating wins and losses their past, 10-plus games here. But I think they can finally string two wins together here on the road. They're playing decently. And Winnipeg, on a back-to-back, they're going to have Larry in net. So, yeah, I think, Winnipeg is definitely the better team, but they're definitely not minus 185 worthy in my mind here. So give me the Coyotes at plus 154. Desert Dogs on the road here. And yeah, for a total, I guess I would lean to the over with you. Arizona games do tend to go pretty high scoring there. So, lean to the over and a lean to the Coyotes there. All right. We are also brought to you by Game Time. We're buying tickets to your favorite event. Should not be stressful. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater near you. With killer deals on last-minute tickets and their best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you'll have. Game Time app experience has those flash deals, last-minute tickets, easy to find and buy tickets for every event in your area, and you get the images of the seat view so you know exactly what to expect before you arrive. Buy tickets in a matter of seconds, 2 taps, and you are set. So snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CFBX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. And win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, MLB, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. You can enter any parlay idea into Hall of Fame Bet's revolutionary parlay optimizer tool to get hit rates broken down by leg, as well as an expected probability for the entire parlay. Sort all players by hit rate for any bet to learn which players are hot and which picks have value. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hufbets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All right, here going down to 7:30. What a doozy here. We got the Columbus Blue Jackets at the Washington Capitals. Game itself is in Washington. Capitals are minus 166. Blue Jackets are plus 140. Over under is at 6.5. Overpaying off plus 102. Under at minus 122. All right, what do you got for this big Metropolitan Division matchup here?
Yeah, the Capitals are hot now. I think they're second in the Metro for some ungodly reason. But yeah, they've won on multiple games in a row here, and yeah, but I don't think it's sustainable. I mean, they're sixth worst in terms of expected goals for percentage, which is barely above their opponent here in the Blue Jackets. And they just had a lot more luck and a bit better goaltending from, especially from Charlie Lindgren, who's had a great start to the year. But I don't think it continues. So it's kind of an expensive price to back him at minus 166. I don't think that they're that far apart from the Blue Jackets. My number for the Capitals is only minus 147. So yeah, definitely like the Blue Jackets here. I mean, they got to be a desperate club. What have they lost? Like 7 in a row now. It's two teams going in opposite directions, but I don't think they're fundamentally that different. So the both will correct themselves. With the Blue Jackets getting a few more wins and the Capitals a few more losses, and hopefully it starts on Saturday with the Blue Jackets winning. Kind of like the over, but like I just said, the Capitals goaltending is hot right now, and yeah, the Blue Jackets they've had trouble scoring, and we've seen Gaudreau bench for the second time in the last game, and Patrick Laine got benched too. So Pascal Vincent is not happy with his superstars because they're not given 100% effort, I guess. Hopefully that changes for their sake in this next game. And yeah, give me the Blue Jackets and lean to the over 6.5. I mean, plus 102 is okay. It's just the underlying numbers for the Capitals offense is not good. Although, you know, Ovechkin's got to pick it up at some point. He just needs somebody to feed him in the puck, and yeah, a few more power plays wouldn't hurt either. So yeah, give me the Blue Jackets money line, the best bet for this one.
Yeah, both of those guys, Gaudreau and Laine, were on the bench when they were down 1 goal with a goalie pulled in 6-on-5 situations. So they're definitely not playing well enough or play enough defensively to earn a job out there when they need them. But I'm going against you on both sides here. I like the Capitals minus 166. I can't believe I'm saying that I like the Capitals as this big of favorites against anybody. But the Blue Jackets just are not a good team, and even their best players have been benched. So Washington has somehow been good. They've won 7 of their past 9 games, got points in 8 out of 9 there. Shut out the Golden Knights 3-0 last time out. 2 road wins against the Devils and Islanders, 2 good wins there. So it is tough to back the Caps as favorites. They did beat Columbus 2 weeks ago at home, 2-1 there. So do like the Caps here, and I like the under 6.5 minus 112. Charlie Lindgren has just come out of nowhere for the Caps to 3-1, 1.76 goals against, 9.47 save percentage. Columbus's offense definitely can't is not finding the back of the net right now. They can't score. Maybe there is some regression coming. Maybe that will happen, Saturday night here in Washington. But I like the Capitals here minus 166, and I like the under even better, under 6.5 at minus 112. Capitals have been playing a lot better defensively here, a lot better in net. So, yeah, the under is probably my best bet for this one. Going down to 8 o'clock here, we have the Colorado Avalanche at the Dallas Stars. Might be the best game on the slate here. Game itself is in Dallas. Stars are minus 130. Avs are plus 110. Over under at 6. Over paying off minus 115. Under is at minus 105. I realized I probably should throw this one to you, but I'll start this one out here. Yeah, this is two great teams, top of the Central. Stars are above the Avs here, but Avs as dogs plus 110. I got to take them here. I think this should be closer to a pick'em game. The Avs have bounced back from their 2 bad losses to beat Seattle 5-1. Then a good game there against Anaheim when they needed to win. Won that 1-8-2. So they're back on track. McKinnon, Makar is looking good. Nichushkin's looking good, which is huge. Without Lehkonen in there, he's out for a while. So yeah, I like the Avs here as dogs. For a total, I don't really have my head wrapped in this one. I guess I'd probably lean to the under because it may be a playoff type atmosphere, but also these teams have both been playing kind of higher scoring games recently. So probably a pass on the total, but I'm on the Avs here at plus 110.
Yeah, the line's about correct, priced correctly. My number is Stars at minus 113. So I guess I'm a little closer to the Avs, but this one is too tight to call right now. Then the Stars just playing. They're playing very consistent hockey themselves. They're kind of like the Bruins of the West right now, just winning these 1-goal games, and they're getting some OT luck as well. I know historically they weren't very good OT, but they're winning them now. Yeah, I don't know. They have a feel for this one. I think the Stars win. I just can't really get myself to go bet them. Just had the better goaltending. Josh Manson could be back for the Avs. That's big. Need him. It's a big body back there to help protect the guys. I don't have anything for this one. Just maybe the under 6 minus 105. The Georgiev had a nice bounce back game the other night against the against the Ducks, but that was an easy one. There was another game too. The Kraken, I think he played well in. We already played the Kraken 3 times somehow. So give me the under, if anything. Otherwise, probably not betting this game at all. Just hope the Avs win.
All right. Speaking of those Kraken, let's go down to the 10 o'clock time slot here. We got the Kraken at the Vancouver Canucks. Game itself is in Vancouver. Canucks are minus 166. Kraken are plus 140. Over under is set at 6.5. Over paying off minus 115. The under at minus 105. Can your Canucks bounce back here?
Yes, a rare loss on Thursday, but that was a bad spot going to overtime. With Quinn Hughes getting the winner there, and then going up to Calgary where they're waiting and rested. The Flames were the better team in that one. The Canucks struggled 5-on-5 once again, but scored another power play goal. So as long as the power play keeps running along, the Canucks should be fine. And it's hard to see how it wouldn't, considering the talent they have on it with the Hughes, Pettersson, JT Miller, and Kuzmenko. If he gets back, I'm not sure what's going on. He took a puck high up to the neck area again the game against the Islanders, and he missed the game against the Flames. So I don't know if he's out long term or whatnot. I forgot to look into that. Anyway, the Canucks still have a lot of talent without him. Brock Besser's firing on all cylinders. A huge bounce back here for him. So there's a lot of scores in this Canucks team. So I think that you're paying a heavy price now with the Canucks strong start. So minus 166, maybe a little bit too much to pay, but I think that we keep it rolling here with the Nucks. I mean, the Kraken are they got some decent underlying numbers. They take a lot of shots, but their goaltending is below average. Demko leads the league in expected goals, saved above expected rather. And give me the high flying Canucks with their elite shooting percentage and their elite save percentage, and let's keep it rolling with the strong power play too. The Kraken penalty kill hasn't been good either, so yeah, I do like the Canucks, and not really feel for the total. I keep wanting to bet these unders in these Canucks games, but they keep scoring, so you can't do it just yet. So passing the total, bet the Canucks. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I think this is a good spot for the Canucks to get back on track at home against Seattle. A bit of a rivalry game here, So yeah, I think minus 166. Higher than I would like, but I would back them there. Seattle got off the schneid with an overtime win against the Islanders, who are just playing even worse hockey than they are right now. But Seattle on the road, they're 3-3-4 this season. So that's 3 wins in 10 games. That's not very good. Vancouver at home, 6-0-1. So they've been absolute beasts at home there. I did sprinkle the correct score 3-3 to go to overtime. Seattle did that in each of their past 2 games. Also had 2 other times this season they went to overtime, tied 3-3. And Vancouver has as well. They went tied 3-3 to overtime against those Islanders, and then a few weeks ago against the Rangers. So I think they got that at 14-1 or around there for a small play. But yeah, the Canucks here at home, minus 166 has to be the play. And the total, yeah, I think I do lean to the over. We've seen these Canuck games get up to 7 at times. They've gone over in 11 games so far this season out of 17. So they're an over team. Seattle is shooting the puck a lot, so could see a few goals out of them. So yeah, I like the Canucks here, and I do like the over.
I did play a little bit of Dave Hackstall, next coach fired, at the 33-1. I know it's unlikely, but I think it's likely than 33-1 implies, because this team has been on a bit of a rough patch too. Like, they're not playing as good as they were last year. Their shooting percentage is way down, where it was like historically good last year, 5-5. So we expected that stuff to regress. Goaltending is not so good either. So there's a chance that this team goes on a slide down the standings, or they're already down near the bottom of the standings. So yeah, we could see Ron Francis getting impatient with this guy, Dave Axtell, and then kick his ass out of town. Right now, it makes sense that Lane Lambert is the favorite to be fired, with how pissed off those Isles fans are, and how poorly the Isles are playing, and how impatient Lou must be. Like, he's got to figure they make the playoffs this year. So yeah, he's rightfully the favorite, but it's only plus 150. So I'd rather take a swing with Dave Hackstall. Hope they lose a bunch of games coming up, and hopefully starting with this Canucks one.
Yeah, I was going to ask what Lambert's odds were. Those are definitely way too short. He might have a longer leash there under Lou in Long Island. All right, going down to the final game of the docket here, 10:30. We got the St. Louis Blues at the Los Angeles Kings. Game itself is in L.A. Kings are minus 192. Blues are plus 160. Over under is set at 6.5. Over paying off minus 105. Under is at minus 110 here. The Blues went into San Jose and just did not look like an NHL team whatsoever. They had a 3-game winning streak, including wins over the Avs and a shutout win against Tampa, but went into San Jose, took them kind of easy, I guess, and lost 5-1. The under somehow still hit there, so that was a win for me. But the other side, the Kings had a good 2-1 win against the Panthers at home on Thursday night. So I think they can keep that rolling here at home. They've definitely done a good job of limiting the opposition scoring, especially in the first period. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I believe in half of their games, their opponent has not scored in the first, and in half of the Blues games, they haven't scored in the first, or something around there. So I took the Blues team total first period under 0.5 goals to not score at around even money. But yeah, for the full game, I like the Kings here minus 192. Possibly a bit steep. Maybe look for a Kings and under parlay, because the under, I think, here is the better play. Under 6.5 at minus 110. These are the type of games Kings win: 4-1, 5-0, 3-2, 4-1. So yeah, this is definitely an under game here, and a lean to the Kings.
Yeah, I think the total is a bit high for the Blues here. They can't score against the Sharks. Who can they score against? Oh wait, the Avs. They fucking scored 8 on them. Blues play some weird games. There's a lot of noise in their numbers. I mean, they're like bottom 5 in terms of the nerd stats, and I think that stuff will turn up eventually. It sure did in that Sharks game. I mean, that's the last time I backed the Blues as a favorite. My word, that was painful to watch. Thankfully, there was a much better game on in the Panthers Kings. Kings fuck pussies. Remember that, kids?
Yes.
I like the Kings here. Fuck the Blues, man. They're a terrible team. Going back to the wall, fade the Blues, and hopefully start losing a bunch of games here. Kings. They lost Pierre-Luc Dubois. Hopefully for not too long for their sake, but they do have Philip Deneau, who's probably the best third line center in the league, so he can step right up back into his old spot and in the 2C behind Kopitar. So yeah, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And yeah, they're just a much better team than the Blues in every facet of the game, except maybe goaltending with Binnington's strong start. But Talbot hasn't been a slouch either. So yeah, love the Kings here. You can do the regulation if you want to get the price down, but I'm fine laying the minus 192.
All right, that's the 13-game slate on Saturday. We have quite a few consensus plays here across the board. We got the Flyers plus 136 at home against the Knights. We have the Oilers Lightning over 7 plus 105. Canadians Bruins under 6 minus 105. The Penguins at plus 140 in Carolina. The Flames minus 148 at home against the Islanders. The Coyotes plus 154 on the road in Winnipeg. The Vancouver Canucks minus 166 at home against Seattle. And then the Blues Kings under 6.5 minus 110 there. All right, we got best bets here. I've updated records with your Winnipeg Jets regulation. You are now up to 4-5 on the year, minus 1.53 units. I'm also down to 4-5 with my Leafs Wings over, losing 4-5 at minus 0.32 units. What do you want to pick your best bet for Saturday?
Let's do National Predators in regulation minus 135. I already explained this bet pretty good, namely that the Blackhawks suck and the Predators are due for a couple wins, considering that they've got some good numbers that suggest that they're better than their record. So like the Predators, their bonus pick, Zach Hyman to score a goal, plus 145.
All right, for me, I'm going with the early game. I'm going with the Senators at what does DraftKings have, or what is this book we love here? Senators minus 105. So I like them here as an underdog. I think they've played over there in Sweden. Minnesota's they're even. I think even if this game was a true neutral site, it would be the Senators. It would be my pick here. So love the Sens at minus 105. Hopefully we can both get back up to 500 there.
You're loving these freaking European games. Your pick for today was also the.
Was this your game?
Yesterday?
I thought I was going over. Yeah, no, it was today.
It was fucking. I can't remember when they happened.
Yeah, I like the Sens there. All right, that's our slate for Saturday. Yes, we did cruise through these games here with the sober Joel. No talent here to, make it longer here. But yeah, we'll be back next week. NHL has an interesting slate next week with American Thanksgiving. I think there's 7 games Monday, no games Tuesday, 14 or 15 on Wednesday, none Thursday, and then Friday another 14 or 15. So we'll be back next week looking at those games, probably doing some player reward updates, maybe some fun segments with Talon when there's no games if we're recording then. So make sure you are subscribed to the Hockey Island Podcast on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Turn on auto downloads. Also leave us a 5-star rating and review, so I have something to read here at the end of the show. Also, go comment, like all that good stuff on YouTube as well. That definitely helps out as well. Whatever we can do for the algorithm to help the show grow here. We're moving up the charts a little bit, so happy to have you guys as loyal or new listeners. So hopefully we can keep growing together here, and hopefully we can make some money together, not just keep losing here on our best bets. All right, I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Meyer. You'll find me happy to report that the Washington State Cougs are up 14-0 after looked like an interception or something. I'm just looking at the app on Bet365. Great place to go to follow along the scores. So yeah, let's fucking go. UTSA up 14 as well. So good start to the war.
Nice. See ya.